Hey y'all, it's Nick. Welcome back to Berkley Life. Today we're going to be talking about painting the outside of our bus Berkley. Now most of the time when you see bus conversions, you see a lot of like grays and pastels and browns and grays and a lot of other modern looks. Now I love those modern looks and I love those colors and that style, but of course we had to be different. We wanted our bus to have meaning to us. We wanted it to be our home on wheels and to remind us of home kind of wherever we went. Remind us of family kind of wherever we went. Berkley was named after my grandparents' cabin in the Adirondacks up in New York. That place has been a point of transition a lot of times in my life, and this being a transition from kind of a normal living situation to living on the road definitely was a transition. Family gathers at that cabin every year in the summers, on holidays, and sometimes it's the only time like the family gets to come together as one during the year. My grandparents are extremely gracious, and when we decided to go on the road, I couldn't help but run the idea by them and kind of talk to them about what we thought and what we thought about naming it. We wanted to maybe paint the bus after the cabin, kind of look like the cabin. So we ran the idea past my grandparents, and my grandfather immediately said, "You should call it Berkley Mobile." So that was it. We just decided to go with the similar paint scheme as what the cabin looks like. So that leads us to the paint job of Berkley. In the Adirondack Mountains up in upstate New York, it's really common to see wood or log cabins painted brown, and then they have like a green or red roof, and it's a really unique red and green. Not like super Christmassy colored, they're kind of like more of a bluer green and a brighter red, but they're Adirondack red and green. And then a lot of the trim on the windows will be red or green. Sometimes it's black, and then the door will be green or red. It's not as overboard as it sounds. It sounds like it's just Christmas all the time. It's not really that way. It's just kind of the style of traditional Adirondack building. So that being the case with our cabin, we decided to paint Berkley red, green, and brown as well. The paint came in stages due to weather, but once the roof was stripped and then primed and sealed up of all the holes, we got to start on the paint. For our paint choice, we didn't go with an automotive paint. We went with an exterior house paint called Valspar Defense. It's the top of the line stuff you can get at Lowe's. Home Depot and Lowe's have similar options, but we went with Lowe's just because the colors were able to match better. This paint is super waterproof, super water resistant. It's got a really long lifetime, and it should hold up really well to the elements. And to apply the paint, I went with a Graco airless sprayer. Now, if you're gonna paint a house or anything, I recommend this sprayer. But if you're planning on painting a bus, this thing saves you so much time and so much effort having to roll and hand brush, and it just lays the paint down really nice and even coat. It takes a little bit of work to learn how the pressures work because there's a high and a low mode. So for the red on the roof, I ended up using 2 cans of paint because I used the high mode and I should have used the low, and I could have got just as good a coverage, but I ended up spraying a lot more on. So it's going to be better for sealing up the roof if you look at it that way, but I used too much paint. So I could have saved like $60 and not having to buy another gallon of paint if I had just used the lower setting. So when I went to start to paint, I started with the roof and moved my way down. And my theory behind that was if I'm using a spray gun and there's going to be overspray, the spray is going to come down and it's going to land on the paint that I've already painted. So if I painted brown on the bottom and then red on top, the red would overspray onto the brown and I'd have to redo the brown anyway. So I went ahead and started on the top, got the red done on top, sprayed it all down, got 2 coats on, and then I went ahead and started on the brown. Once I got the brown done, I let it dry, and then I turned it over to Jesse for the trim. And Jesse went ahead and added the green accents to the sides of the bus on the rub rails, and I think it really added that nice touch and brought that Adirondack look. One thing we haven't painted yet, because we haven't made it yet, is our door. The bus door is going to be removed and replaced with a more traditional type of door. I'm going to make a video on that later, but that's also going to be painted in that Adirondack green. There's a few spots we have to touch up when the weather comes around, or we go somewhere warmer. And overall, we love the way it looks and the meaning behind the bus. So do you love the paint job? Do you hate the paint job? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, then you might like this video. It's either here or here. about our journey purchasing our Skoolie and starting up this this adventure. So thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe and like and engage. It really helps our channel, and I'll see you in the next video.